You like Smash? I do. But you know what's so great about Smash Bros. Ultimate DX on the Xbox 360 One Series X featuring Dante from Devil May Cry? That's right, the roster. But here's the problem. There's clearly not enough characters in the video game. I mean, look at this.
75 goddamn characters.
What do you think this is? Smash 64? Even Daddy Sakurai thinks I'm right. Instead of taking a well-deserved break, he decides to jump back into hell to complete Fire Pack numero 2. So here's my top 5 characters that should totally make it into Smash 100%. I am not biased, this is very official. Number 5. Cadence from Crypt the Necrodancer. Yeah, unlike some people might think, Cadence isn't from Zelda. You know, they have their own game. Cadence would be a great addition to the cast since they would be a music-based character. The hard part is actually making a music-based movement. See, because Cadence kinda doesn't move correctly. Basically, my idea would be to give a specific BPM value to each track in the game. Cadence would have their own beat meter thingy on her UI. Basically, the beat of the music playing would be seen there, and Cadence would be rewarded for attacking at the beat of the music. Her special would only work if you use them on the beat, so imagine her side special is the bow. She starts up the bow on beat 1 and sends it on beat 2. And putting side B before the beat would just buffer it until the beat is played and break the combo too. Now, what's the combo, you may ask? The combo is a core part of Cadence moveset. Each time Cadence successfully pulls off a special attack on a beat, her attack power slightly increases. But be careful, if she takes damage at any time, the combo will be broken. Cadence would probably be a weird character in competitive because she would obviously get stronger the higher BPM the song is, making her the most OP character in the game because of the low end lag, or making her the worst character because of her horrible wind-up animation time. She would simply not be that reliable and consistent. Numero 4. Quote from Cave Story. You know, that guy. He has a gun. He's a robot. Sick, bro. I think Quote deserves a spot in the roster because of how long Cave Story has been with Nintendo. Cave Story is kinda old, and they stuck to Nintendo ever since the DS era, I think. It's also the quote-unquote first indie game. What I mean by that is that Cave Story showed the world that you don't need a huge company to make a successful video game. Quote would be the ideal indie ref, in my opinion. Quote moveset would be nothing out of the ordinary. Some simple moves using his various guns. Up B would be like Rob, where he could use it for a certain amount of time, then he would lose it until he touched the ground. Quote neutral B would switch his gun to the next one in the list. Side B would use that said gun. Quote's down B would reload ammo in the gun selected, since guns like rocket launchers have a limited amount of ammo. His main gimmick would be the EXP mechanic. It would work a lot like in Cave Story. Hitting an opponent would drop little shiny gem things, and if you pick them up, Quote's selected gun would gain EXP. If a gun gains enough EXP, it will level up and become stronger, but each time Quote gets hurt, he would lose some XP on the selected gun. When Quote loses a stock, all of the XP on his guns would be lost, putting them back to level 1. A pretty good character overall, but I doubt he would make it to top tier. It is time for the third character. This character is from a very sad video game, with probably the saddest story I've ever played, in a world full of perverts and no girls in sight. One man will rise.
Terry Hintz, baby!
I don't actually have any reason to get Terry into Smash. In all honesty, Terry has no reason to be in Smash in the first place. He doesn't represent anything in his game. But at that point, why not just pick Brad, the protagonist of Lisa or Painful, or at least Buddy, the protagonist of the DLC campaign? Or here's why. I just like Terry more. But if you're looking for an in-depth excuse, here you go. In Lisa the Painful, you play as Brad, but along the way, you meet various wacky characters that can join your party. And all of them are pretty interesting, to say the least. But the thing is, in Lisa, those party members are very short-lived. Literally. You'll make them play Russian roulette so you can gain money. They'll get kidnapped while you sleep and you'd have to pay a ransom to get them back. Some will just leave you because they don't want to be there. They'll die in fights. Not KO'd, actually dead, they don't come back. And basically, Terry Hintz is the first party member you meet. He plays the role of a tutorial guide in the game, even naming himself the Lord of the Tutorial. His whole point as a character is to make fun of the classic tutorial guides that doesn't do anything. And as a character in Smash, he would represent that, and also Lisa the Painful's party member mechanic. Terry Hintz's moveset would be based around the fact that he absolutely sucks at everything. His side B would be a knuckle drop, a very slow attack that barely does any damage. His side B, if done in the air, would be a sailing knuckle, where he would drop from the sky and cause an explosion. His down B would let him throw a firebomb, a lot like holy water but with a bigger surface, and it's way quicker. Neutral B would let Terry pull out a revolver, and he would try to shoot it. It has 1 in 6 chance to hit, and if it does, it will do a huge amount of knockback and damage, killing very early. Terry's up B would be the famous hottest dance, where Terry would start charging up his hottest dance and then blowing up when fully charged. If he does it in the air, the hottest dance will blast him up in the air so he can recover. The hottest dance does deal Terry around 20% of self damage, but the move easily kills at low percents. Terry Hintz would probably be a very bad character in competitive since he is sort of a joke character. Numeron 2. She's courageous, she's depressed, and she's also probably gay. That's right, Madeline from Celeste. Madeline would be a great pick for Smash because of how versatile her movement options are. Also because of how great Celeste is as a video game and how successful it was on the eShop, being #1 top seller. It also won Best Indie Game of the Year and was nominated for Best Game of the Year next to frickin' God of War. It really deserves its praise, and it also deserves a spot as a Smash character. She'd be a very quick character with low damage, easily racking up combos quickly. She would have the entirety of her dash options and the advanced movement from Celeste. All of her dashes would be set to her special move. Neutral B would give Madeline a dash gem so she could dash a second time. You can only use it once in the air until she hits the ground again. She can also climb walls by inputting shield, but she has a limited amount of stamina. Afterwards, she will go into freefall. Like I mentioned before, her advanced movement would make an appearance in Smash, meaning Madeline will be able to do super dashes and also wave dashing. These mechanics would not be mentioned, but players of Celeste would feel right at home with these mechanics back in the game. I have no idea if the character is good or not, since she would have trouble killing in matches. And my #1 pick for Best Smash Character DLC character is...
Ground for the Fire Emblem Series here, another fucking zone!